Alright guys, I'm going to take you through the steps of installing UE4 properly. Um, Contrary to what Epic Games would like you to believe, you can't just download their launcher and download their engine and have everything work 100% if you want access to all their features. UE4 likes, or Epic Games I should say, likes to pretend that their Blueprint software is adequate for development, but it's not. Um, you can use to this. You can still use it like you would normally through blueprints, but it will give you access to things that you wouldn't have access to otherwise. And when you're talking about development, it's very important to have these things. So we're going to go ahead and start. This is going to be, let me switch over to a little pointer so I get the nice little red thing. This right here is simply their instructions that you can find on their Git repository. We'll get that in a bit, but there's a screenshot for you. So first off, we're going to go and get Git software. Git is a version control software, and you should absolutely always use it on pretty much any project. In this case, we're going to be using it for our version control of the engine that we are using. This allows us to switch between what version we want on the fly, and is very unrestricting in that matter. So and the GitHub is basically just a universal public repository that people use, including myself, where you can go and find projects and stuff, including uh, uh, the Unreal Engine. You can go through and even see every single change they've ever made on the software, completely free. Um, and so yeah, get it. And this is going to be the link to download their GitHub's software particularly to work with GitHub. It's just basically general Git software that allows you to use it without actually having to know how to use it. And the second thing you're going to need is going to be Visual Studio. Um, it's the industry standard for developing in C++ and C Sharp. It's absolutely required for you working with Unreal Engine. They built it in it, and the whole project is, yeah, it's just required. You got to get it. When you're downloading it through this link, you will probably, in your current year, to be downloading the 2017 version, and they'll be giving you, when you download it, you'll have options to, like add-on options. These things you're going to want to select, in my opinion, practically every single one of them if you would want to do more than just work with the Unreal Engine. These are the three that are recommended, are required, I mean, by UE4 itself, or Epic Games itself. But again, you probably want more than just this when you download it. The community edition is, of course, is free. They have professional version and everything. Don't worry about it. Get the community version. And so after you download both Git and Visual Studios, you need to start downloading the engine itself. And so in this case, you're going to be working with the GitHub desktop app is what I have it set as. So the first thing you need to do is go under File, hit the Clone Repository button, and then go to URL. It'll bring up this little user interface thing right here. Then you just go to the URL tab, and then you're going to paste the repository link, which is this one. You can also find that just on their regular Git. You want to go there and explore and read the README and documentations, you can go right there. And then after you do that, it may start automatically downloading. I don't think so it will, but whatever. In any case, you want to select your version. This is what I was talking about, allowing you to switch between any version you want on the fly. In this case, we're going to be using, and I recommend always using the second most recent version. The most recent versions are usually full of bugs and whatever. You just want to shy away from that, in my opinion. And in current year or current time, the current version is not get out of the gate easy to use. Works perfectly. So we're going to be using 4.19 as we show here. You can use whatever version is most recent you want. And then after that, after all those files download, it's going to take you a while depending on your hard drive and everything. Recommend solid state, by the way, if you have access. You're going to basically, just downloaded it, so now you need to install it. So now what you need to do is run the setup.bat file, which is going to be this file, not this one. This is for something else. This is Linux or whatever. So you're not going to be using it. And then after that runs, you're going to run the generate project files.bat. This is going to be what basically creates the Visual Studio files. Um, yeah, and so you have to do these in order. Can't do them out of order. Won't work. And then after that, you're going to launch the ue4.sln. This is going to be a file right here. It's going to pop up after you run the generate project files. So after you do all that, what you're going to do is actually run the engine for the first time. And so you don't have to do this, but you should. Under the Solution Explorer, you're going to see all this stuff that I've kind of covered up here. But you're just going to right-click the project for UE4 and then hit Set as Startup Project. This isn't really going to do anything, but it's just going to ensure that you're running the right thing at all times. And you're going to build it. You can, like here, you can hit Build. I'm actually currently building it, which is why it's grayed out here. But you just hit Control-Shift-B, hotkey, always work with hotkeys. And then after that's done, you don't even have to do this step, but I always build before I run when I first install something. It's going to take forever, and then you're going to run without debugging. You can run with debugging if you want, which is just F5, but everything you're going to be doing is without debugging, so it's Control F5 for that. And then after that's done, that's it. You're going to have access to creating your project files, which we'll get into in a different video.